another week, we talked directly about the Good Samaritan and how, there was somebody that needed help, and it was, people walking by not helping them, and then finally somebody did. Well, oddly enough, on my way to work, there's a car with its four ways on, and it's 6 o'clock in the morning, it's dark. There's a person standing outside, and I just drove past. And it was either the day of that reading or the day after. And I'm driving, I'm like, man, that was probably a calling for me to, stop and help, at least ask if they needed help. I was like, yeah, it's kind of an inconvenience, but it's supposed to be. So the whole day I kind of just, didn't feel great about myself, knew I kind of slipped up. To fast forward, I tell the story during our group session on Sunday. The following week, I'm going to get lunch for the guys at work. I'm in the boss's truck. I'm picking up hot food. Go down a back street, and there's a lady with a flat tire, and I see her just sitting in the driver's seat, and I'm driving past, I'm like, man, I should stop. But I'm like, I got hot food, people are waiting on me. All these reasons why it's okay for me to keep driving. And as I'm driving past, I'm looking, I come up to the stop sign, I'm like, you gotta turn around. So I pull into the parking lot, turn around, and I ask her if she needs help, and she actually doesn't. She's got help on the way, but it's like, I'm like, okay, I'm getting somewhere, because I still kind of felt bad about myself, because I knew in my heart I didn't want to stop, but I did. So I'm like, it's progress. So I tell that story at small group. Fast forward another week after we did our project, our group service project at City Hope. Me and my wife on our way home, and lo and behold, we take a back road, a way we wouldn't normally take, and we come up to a light, and there's another car with four ways on. So it's like, well, obviously we got to stop and ask them if they need help. And we roll down the window, and it's dark, and they're just sitting in the middle of the intersection. And it's like, do you guys need help? Is there anything I can do? And they say no. And I'm like, I feel like I gotta do something, but you're saying there's nothing I can do to help you. Like, I don't know what to do at this point. And all this has happened while we're sitting at a red light. Well, the light turns green, and I'm like, I guess I gotta go. So I say sorry, I wave to them, and we go home. We're just up the road, and me and my wife are talking back and forth. We're like, there's gotta be something we can do. Like, this didn't just happen by happenstance. So we get home, and we were just gonna watch Sunday Night Football. The TV's not working. And I'm like, could it be more obvious? Like, we're not supposed to sit down and watch TV. We're supposed to be helping these people. But at the same time, like, what can we do? And like, I'm not gonna be able to fix this car right there in the intersection. So my wife made the point, she's like, we gotta at least get them out of the intersection, like get them off to the side of the road so they can be safe. And all of a sudden the TV starts working. I'm like, oh, they must have got help. So I'm like, so we can kind of continue, and at this point probably a half hour has gone by, but it's still, we can tell it's nagging each other. It's nagging on our mind. We're just like, we just got to drive by, make sure everything's okay. Let's just go back, and hopefully they'll be gone. If not, we can ask them again. So as we're coming up, sure enough, we see four ways still flashing, but this time they are off to the side of the road. So we're like, okay, now do we stop or don't we? Because all we were gonna do, they've already done. Turn into a parking lot. I'm like, well, let's just see if they need anything. The guy gets out, and I ask him if he needs is there anything I can do for him? And he's like, actually, I really gotta go to the bathroom. And it's just, it's not like an intersection where there's a gas station here. There's just nothing. It's just woods. So it's like, well, hop in. I'll run you down to Meyer here, and if you need anything else while we're at it, sure. So I take him, and we just get to talking, and ask him about, his day and whatnot. And as we're actually leaving Meyer, we come to find out, because he was with a lady in his car, come to find out it's his girlfriend and they live in their car. And it's like, wow, like, I didn't know what to say. Like, here we are thinking you're just having car problems. Well, this is your livelihood. And they were just actually trying to get something to eat. They were headed back to a truck stop because that's where they sleep for the night. And we're like, Brooklyn was in the back and she's like, well, we'll buy you dinner. Like, do you guys want something? So sure enough, we get them dinner. I don't know. It was just crazy how impactful such a little thing could be, because we didn't even know the situation. But the only way that you could ever know anything about these people is by stopping and asking and getting to know them, and just how one little offer or just one little act of kindness, as we saw it was something so small, ended up, because of their situation, being so big for them. And you could just tell how grateful they were. And it was just wild. So, I mean, it kind of, going back to the question, yeah, he just really opened my eyes to see all these possibilities and ways that we can help and the ways that we should help and are called to. Because, 10 weeks ago, I wouldn't have even considered stopping for someone with their four-ways on, as was shown 2 weeks into the study when I didn't. But slowly, it just became more and more apparent to me, like, yeah, these are obvious situations where, as a Christian, we are called to help. So